Hey guys, it's Teacher Moody again. I hope you guys are doing well. I just wanted to continue with our series on tenses. As you remember, we have been looking at present tense. We saw, excuse me, we saw present simple, present continuous, present perfect, and last we saw present perfect continuous. So today we're moving on to another tense. We have three tenses in main tenses in English, which are present, past, and future. So today we're looking at past. In past tense, we have three categories that we're going to cover. So four categories that we're going to cover. The four categories are present, past simple, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. All these past tense, but they all have different characteristics. They have different rules, and they're used in different situations. So, as you know, in English language, you cannot actually use one tense to express every every opportunity that happening, or every action that is happening, expressing time in the past. So excuse me. We're going to cover this and try to see the differences between the four parts of past simple, past tense. So today we're going to start with past simple. What is a past simple? Past simple is a sentence that is expressing the action that has been completed a long time ago. So we are talking about something that has happened some times ago. Okay, so this action is done in the past, and we're talking about it. So what is important here is knowing the structure, or knowing the rules, okay, or the formula. So the formula here says you need to have a subject, and as you remember, I always make it easy for you by trying not to mention a lot of names, a lot of people, a lot of things. Instead of doing that, then we simplify it by using personal pronouns, okay, subjective personal pronouns, which are I, you, we, they, he, she, and it. So all these act as a subject, and we know what is a subject. A subject is the doer. A subject is a person who is a person, or a thing, or somebody who is performing the action in the sentence. So we see that our subject, okay, all those seven subjective pronouns, they can help us in making past simple sentence. So we need a subject. Okay, the formula says you need a subject, and you need a verb. Okay, a verb that is in verb 3 is actually verb 3, which is in past tense form. Okay, remember, we have verb 1, which is present form, which is in present form. We have verb 2, which is in past tense. We have verb 3, which is in past participle. Okay, so how having said that, now we know that in order for you to make a sentence in past simple, you have to have a subject, okay, and after that you have to have a verb that is in past tense form, okay, and then you continue with other things, okay. You can connect it with an object, okay, and also you can use words like yesterday, last week, okay, last night, last evening, okay, last month, last year, okay, expressing that the action has happened in the past, a specific time in the past. So it's up to you what you want to connect, but the formula says that you need to have a subject and you have to have a verb that is in past tense form, okay. So you have to be very careful, because if you're not careful, you might mix these things, especially verbs. Past participle verb is very similar to past tense, especially when you're talking about regular verbs, because we have two types of verbs, which are regular and irregular. Regular verbs are those verbs that they have similar form in past tense and past participle. Example, a verb like play, okay. When you change play from a present tense into past tense, okay, play becomes played, okay. When you change the same verb to past participle, it becomes played. It's just the same, okay. You add ed. Why? These are regular verbs, so you have to know, okay, what verb are you working with? Is it regular verb or is it irregular verb? Irregular verb, I'll give you another one example of irregular verb, okay. Irregular verb is a verb that does not have a uniform, okay, formula when it's changing from one tense to another, okay, or one spot to another, from verb 1, verb 2, verb 3. For example, a verb fly, okay. A verb fly is a beautiful verb, but this one is irregular verb. Irregular verb, why? Because when you change fly, you do not add ed to it, okay, to make it in past simple, okay. What you do is you change the vowel. For instance, fly becomes flew, okay, in past tense. And then from past tense, when you're trying to make past participle, it becomes flown, okay, flown, okay. Fly, flew, flown, okay. Fly, flew, flown, okay. So you have to you have to be very careful with these verb types, okay. Why? Because if you're not careful, you might be mixing stuff. You need to know what is verb 1, what is verb 2, and what is verb 3. If you have any question about this, or you want me to clarify more on this matter, you can actually leave a comment, or just do something, and I will cover whatever the part that is not really clear to you or anybody, okay. Thank you very much for following, because I saw a lot of people are really following this, and some have left comments and saying that it has improved the way they speak or the way they construct their sentences. So we continue with past simple. So a past simple, as I said, the formula says you need a subject and you need a verb in past tense. So let's try to make examples. Okay, for example, you can say you have a verb play, okay, or a verb cook. Okay, these are called regular verbs. So a sentence might be like this in past simple. I, okay, for instance, let's use a personal pronoun I. Okay, I played football. Okay, I played football yesterday. That means the action has happened and ended in the past. Okay, so we're talking about a specific time in the past. The action has been done and is gone. Okay, there is no anything going on that action. The action is complete, okay, in the past. And also let's try a verb cooking. Okay, let's use personal pronoun third person singular, which is she. Okay, she cooked food. Okay, she cooked food. Okay, she cooked food. Okay, she cooked food last night. Okay, so we're talking about the action that she performed last night, and this action was done. She already cooked that food, and probably the food is not there anymore. So the action has been completed in the past. Okay, so that is past simple. Okay, so also you have to know that we're going to deal with irregular verbs. So I'm just going to give you two sentences in irregular verbs. For example, flow. Okay, for example, fly. Okay, let's say fly, fly and buy. Okay, fly. Okay, flying. Okay, so we're going to use that verb to make one sentence in past simple. Okay, let's see. Fly becomes, you have to change that verb into past participle or verb 3. Fly, verb 2 of fly is flew. Okay, that is verb 2. We don't need, that's what we need actually. Okay, we don't need past participle. We don't need verb 3. We need verb 2. So verb 2 is flew. Okay, so you want to say that Majuma or Jane. Okay, let's say Jane has, okay, Jane flew to London. Jane flew to London last night. Okay, Jane flew to London last night. Okay, so this is that's very clear that Jane has already gone to London. Okay, the action has already been completed. That means the flying part is not going on anymore, because this lady Jane, she's gone to London. Okay, let's use the other one, buy. Okay, that is verb 1. Verb 2 for that, which is the verb that we are actually looking for, is buy becomes bought. Okay, very fortunate. This verb is it has the same form in verb 2 and verb 3, so you just need to be a little bit careful with the verbs and try to familiarize yourself with the verbs, because it's actually they're really important. Okay, they're very important, because you cannot make any sentence, okay, without a verb. I mean, you can form something called a phrase, but a phrase, it does not, it's just a group of words that will never make any sense. Okay, so try to learn your verbs. Okay, so let's use that. Buy, okay, becomes bought. Okay, so you will say if you have a pen that you want to tell somebody that I bought, okay, that you have a pen that you got from a shop yesterday, so you want to say that I paid for it. Okay, so you're gonna say I bought a pen yesterday. Okay, I bought a pen from Walmart. Okay, I bought a pen from Target. Okay, I bought a pen from somewhere. Okay, so you can just decide what is it that you're trying to say, but you have to be very careful with your subject and your verb. Okay, so those are two examples, but also you have to remember, in any tense you have to know how to ask questions. Okay, you have to ask questions, you have to know how to answer. Okay, you have to know how to answer in positive or negative. So we also have a formula for that. In past simple we use did. Okay, we actually use did. Okay, did is used to ask a question in past simple. Okay, so we always, when you ask a question, you always start with an auxiliary verb. So our auxiliary verb is did. Okay, so did is used with all persons. Okay, is used with all subjective pronouns. Okay, you can use it with I, you, we, they, he, she, and it without having any problem. Okay, so for instance, we want to ask a question. We want to ask Jane a question. Okay, if she took, if she have something that she took yesterday from the house. Okay, so you want to ask her, Jane, did you, okay, so you're gonna say, did you take my pen yesterday? Did you take my pen yesterday? Okay, yes. Did I visit you last year? Okay, did I visit you last year? Okay, did it rain last night? Did it rain? Okay, did it rain last night? So when you use did, okay, remember your verb does not have to change. Okay, you do not when you're asking a question, your verb stay in a present form. Okay, because did itself is already in past simple form, so you cannot change, you don't have to change your verb. So for instance, did it rain? You see, rain, the verb rain is in present tense form, but you don't have to worry about it. Why? Because did has already transformed that question into past simple. Okay, did you visit your parents yesterday? Okay, did you say hi to your friend Majuma, etc. So basically, when you answer a question, okay, you will use did. For instance, you want to you don't want to you are answering the question in a negative form, you use did not or didn't. Okay, so you will say, no, I did not buy a pen yesterday, or no, I didn't go to school yesterday. Okay, so in short, this is what we call past simple. If you guys have any question, you can always, you know what to do, and I'll try to simplify this these things as best as I can. This is long, these are long topics, okay, but I try to break it down as best as I can. And also, I know you guys having maybe you have a book, or you have something that you actually getting your notes from. But if you don't, then just go to my blog. Okay, the blog teachermoody.blogspot.com. Okay, when you go there straight, you will find my blog, and you'll have all the information. All the tenses are there, especially the first present tense.